increasing the prices aren't going to affect park and ride specifically, but it could affect the psychology in terms of people as they consider what their options are. And again, will 25% do that? Will that be enough? That's the maximum that we can do administratively. But certainly we're, obviously the reason we're here is to get your input and to see whether or not that makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay, and I'll just address that question. It makes sense with the understanding that we're going to be entering, a new paradigm in pricing in the not so distant future. Some specific things. I don't quite understand what the purpose would be in expanding the amount of, or the time for free parking in the civic structure from 30 minutes to 90 minutes. I understand that has been the tradition in some of the older parking structures elsewhere. But we also know that there are real problems that result from that, including street congestion, people coming in and utilizing free parking. So I don't see the reason to increase that. I think the general pricing that you're proposing for the Civic seems to make sense to me. I don't see the purpose in making modifications to the few affordable housing households that utilize the monthly key card. Yet it's a part of what's being proposed. Within the study that you guys are doing, my understanding is that you will be looking at how low-income employees currently utilize parking in the downtown and the modes that they use to get into the downtown area, if they're not already there. And I think that would be an important piece of information to have as concerns are raised about how our downtown businesses saying how are our minimum wage employees going to pay for their parking. I don't think anyone wants the boost in the minimum wage to entirely go toward parking expenses. So having a real understanding of what the options are and analyzing the alternatives to driving in specifically for low-income employees. The general concept of utilizing the key card or restricting the monthly key card to area employees and residents without on-site parking, at least in the short term, that to me makes sense. And then once we get into the more monitoring dynamic pricing, perhaps that's something that gets re-examined.
Thank you, Commissioner. Thoughts, comments? Commissioner Anderson?
So I guess I would start by saying thank you for bringing this to us, because I agree this is something that we don't normally look at, but it makes a lot of sense because I do feel like it's a critical part of the package to achieving the policies, the planning policies that the city is pursuing in transportation modes to give people broader options in how they move to Santa Monica and move within the pricing is part of that carrot and stick dynamic. So thanks for presenting this. So I think it's important that we weigh